class, and hello professor. My name is Claire Applegate, and today I'm going to be talking about how fentanyl is being passed through the epidural to infants during childbirth. Before I get into it, I would like to give credit to AACC's Laboratory of Medicine, as that is who I got a lot of my information from. I gave birth in February, and they gave me a whole bunch of knowledge regarding not only the epidural and fentanyl, but also childbirth in itself. So aside from that, I would like to start off by giving a very eye-opening statistic. 96 women were given a urine test prior to giving birth. And this urine test tested for fentanyl specifically. And all of their tests came back negative, meaning that none of these women have used fentanyl, at least not while pregnant. Of those 96 women, 82 of them actually got the epidural before actually birthing their baby. And of those 82 women, 24 of their babies tested positive for fentanyl. So to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more, none of these women have used fentanyl or had it in their system, yet their babies tested positive for it at the time of birth. This is an issue for many reasons, but not only is it an issue to the mothers, it is an issue to the father as well. This could mean that if they're not able to prove that the fentanyl was passed through the epidural, this can be a bad look on the mother. The mother and the father can lose custody of their child. And not only that, but fentanyl is a very fatal drug. So this can mean that it could pass through the mother, it could kill the mother, or it could kill the baby. And aside from death, if it does not kill, it does have a very high risk of leaving the infant with long-term disabilities. Those disabilities including neurological disorders, specifically like motor skill delays. The brain just does not function properly after such a young aged person, an infant, has such a harsh drug passed through their system. So I gave birth in February, like I said earlier, and I did get the epidural, and it was very hard for me to make that decision, but sometimes the mother is just not left with many options. I did get the epidural, and my baby had a very bad reaction at birth. We had no idea what it was. I had a clean drug test. My baby ended up having a clean drug test as well. However, there are different things in the epidural that did get passed on to my baby. I got very lucky that it was not fentanyl, and my baby is okay. But there are some others who simply are not as lucky as me, such as those 24 infants who did test positive. So there are a few further issues that are wrong aside from simply just the idea that fentanyl is being passed to the baby. I already mentioned that the mother or the parents can lose custody of the child. It's not known and it's not talked about that this happens, and it's definitely not the first thing that people look into whenever a baby, an infant, tests positive for fentanyl. They look at the mother first. Even if she pees clean, even if her urine is negative for any drugs, they still look at the mother. They do not look into the epidural. As for the next big thing I'm about to talk about is the epidural is not FDA approved. This meaning that what is used in the epidural is not either denied or approved. It's just mothers are getting it, and that's that. Another issue is mothers are not warned about the risk of fentanyl prior to getting epidural. If you are a male or if you are a mother who has never been through the labor process or gotten epidural, you get a load of paperwork to sign about disclaimers, risk, possible blood transfusion, this, that, and the third, but you're not warned about the risk of fentanyl being passed to your baby. So this happens and mothers are at a loss, the hospital's at a loss. Sometimes the mother is at a loss of their child, all because of the lack of responsibility of the FDA, the hospital, and the law itself. So I do believe that this could be fixed not only by the epidural needing to be FDA approved, fentanyl being taken out of the epidural. I definitely believe that there's ways for the epidural to still be effective without fentanyl being in it. Or simply, mothers need to be warned. Worst comes to worst, at least we knew the risk. If it was not for the fact that I did my own research, and this would have happened if I was one of the 24 mothers or anybody else that this has happened to, that would just be a terrible thing that could have been avoided simply if I had been made aware. So with that being said, I really hope that it is known to more people, whether that's future mothers or even fathers, that fentanyl is in epidurals. And I will be linking all of my APA citations after submitting this video for anybody that wants to take a further look into it. It's a thing, it's real, and it happens, but I definitely do believe that it can be avoided if people are just made aware and somebody takes action on it. So I hope this video was helpful, and take care, everybody.